Graveyards should remind us of what a nightmare we live in. 100,000 people are dying every day from aging. These people, look around. We live in a nightmare. This could be us one day if we're not careful. I started the Eternal Life fan club about 2 years ago, and since I started the fan club, 75 million people have died from aging. 75 million people. I mean, just think about all their lives. They're gone. They're destroyed for all we know. So there's a growing movement of immortalists, people who want to cure aging and actually end death. And I think there's no better goal. If you're new to this whole thing, just pause this right now and go look up Aubrey de Grey. He's the top scientist who's trying to cure aging with his SENS Foundation. This is a realistic goal. It's not science fiction. We can actually make this happen if we try hard enough. But the problem is, aging research isn't getting enough funding. It's very underfunded because most people think that death is inevitable.
And especially with death, death is not an optional thing. It's not a thing that you may or may not end up as, you know.
We all know about death. We know that we're going to die.
I mean, our destruction is inevitable no matter what.
And one of the things that's inevitable is that we're gonna die.
And I know that love is just a shout into the void, and that oblivion is inevitable, and that we're all doomed.
So there's this attitude that if death is inevitable, why even bother? Why try? But we need to get past that way of thinking, because, you know, we don't know the future. A lot of the technology is changing, and there's advancements, and there could be advancements in rejuvenation therapy and biotechnology. We have a real hope, and it's worth fighting for. This is our eternal life. Think about what it would be like to not exist. There's nothing that gets me more inspired than to think about how horrible it would be to not be alive and get to experience life. I mean, isn't life awesome? Isn't life worth pursuing the pursuit of eternal life? I called the Eternal Life fan club the fan club because eternal life is something that we should be a fan of. I think it should be our main pursuit. It's the main thing that we should be a fan of, and we're fans of it. It's not like we have it. It's not like immortality is something you have for sure. It's something that you should be pursuing. You should be constantly striving for your eternal life. You know, eternal life, you can't give up on it. It's too important. I mean, what is worse than that? Oblivion, not existing, and never being able to have any more fun ever again. And religion offers people many times a false certainty. Religion tells people that they can be certain that they're gonna go to heaven when they die, certain that they're gonna be in some paradise afterlife. But these people are not being honest with themselves. If you're being honest, you have to admit that the afterlife is a hypothesis. There's nothing proven about it. It's just an unproven hypothesis. It's wishful thinking. Yes, it's possible that there's some kind of afterlife. It's possible, but if you really care about your eternal life, you're gonna try to avoid death. You're gonna try to live forever physically, because this could be it. This could be our only life. So you have to treat it seriously. And that's why I created the Eternal Life fan club to begin with. I just wanted to motivate people to really treat their eternal life like a priceless treasure. I don't think there could be anything more priceless than someone's eternal life, your continued survival forever. And I always say that it's a process that must be continually worked out indefinitely, because you're never going to be certain that you're going to live forever.
less fragile if we're made from metal, and our hearts from iron, and our minds from steel. And if we build